Welcome to Hero Villains. Who do you think will win today's battle? Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet or the Spectre? The Infinity Gauntlet, with all 6 Infinity Stones, space, time, reality, power, mind, and soul, grants Thanos near-omnipotent abilities. He can manipulate time, alter reality, control minds, and wield immense power. Although extremely powerful, Thanos' use of the Gauntlet can be affected by his will and understanding of its capability. The Spectre is a cosmic entity and the embodiment of God's vengeance. He possesses near-limitless power, can manipulate reality on a massive scale, judge souls, and enact God's punishment. The Spectre often acts under the orders of a higher power, which may limit his actions. His motives and the context in which he participates in battle may also influence his full power. Before we dive into the analysis, please hit the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much! The battle between Thanos, the Infinity Gauntlet, and Spectre is a tense and powerful confrontation. Thanos, the conqueror of the universe, possesses the Infinity Gauntlet, a creature that can bend reality to his will. Spectre, the embodiment of divine judgment, is the instrument of God's wrath, wielding limitless power to punish those who deserve it. As soon as the battle begins, the surrounding space shatters under the tremendous pressure from the two cosmic entities. Thanos, with his superior intellect, immediately takes advantage of the power of the Infinity Gauntlet to manipulate space, time, and souls. But Spectre is not a mere entity that can be overwhelmed by brute force. He exists beyond the boundaries of life and death, beyond the limits of the physical universe. Every attack of Thanos is neutralized by Spectre with the absolute justice he represents. The realities that Thanos restructured were instantly erased by the Spectre, for his power came from a source higher than the Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos' calculated chaos and the Spectre's absolute order. The Spectre's greatness did not stop at his absolute power, but also at his ability to manipulate reality on a cosmic level. The Spectre's creation of his own multiverse was a clear demonstration of his power that far surpassed the boundaries of ordinary entities. He not only caused upheavals in the mortal realm, but even with a single step was enough to create earthquakes in hell. The Spectre was able to confront and defeat the Death of Endless, an entity that embodies death, something that even the strongest of beings could not do. When Superman, the ultimate symbol of physical strength, was flying through space, he was immediately blown away by the Spectre as if he were just a small creature before the power of this cosmic entity. Even seemingly inviolable concepts like space, time, and dimensions were broken by Spectre as easily as a thin membrane. Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet was no slouch. He defeated Mephisto in the Demon's Realm, a feat that only beings on par with Odin could accomplish. He did not stop there. He destroyed Asgard with a psychic attack, completely severing the connection between Asgard and the universe. Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet had reached a level of power that surpassed many supreme cosmic entities. His destruction of 2 Celestials, entities capable of splitting the universe into the multiverse, clearly demonstrated his overwhelming power. Celestials were inherently entities that had a profound influence on the formation and balance of the universe, but before Thanos, they were just obstacles that were swept away in an instant. Even Galactus, a being who can destroy all of creation with his eternal hunger, is nothing compared to the power of the Infinity Gauntlet. This raises a big question. If Galactus, who can threaten all of existence, is no match for Thanos, there is one caveat. The Infinity Gems are only effective within the universe they exist in. If they are taken outside the scope of that universe, they lose their effect. This means that Thanos will have to rely on his own strength, superior intellect, and reality manipulation skills to confront the Spectre. The Spectre, despite his powerful displays, is considered inconsistent. In a limited state, he can be completely defeated by a calculating Thanos. But at the height of his power, unbound by any limits, the Spectre can easily erase Thanos with a single thought. If Thanos were in the original universe of the Infinity Gauntlet and the Spectre were unconstrained by any constraints, the fight could be a stalemate. Thanos, with the full power of the gems, becomes an omnipotent being on a cosmic scale, an ability that would put even the most powerful beings on guard. However, the Spectre is a being of a different nature. He does not rely on creations like the Infinity Gauntlet or the Power Rings to achieve his ultimate power. The Spectre is the embodiment of divine justice, the hand that carries out the judgment of the Almighty. Can Thanos' omnipotence be compared to a being who was established to represent the ultimate will of God? Astro-Regulator Thanos has defeated both the One Above All and the Living Tribunal, but that does not mean he is completely superior. Toa has stated that he is only truly omnipotent when the cosmic system is running smoothly, meaning that if there is any disorder, his power will decrease. Thanos took advantage of this weakness to win, proving that his power does not come from his limitless power, but also from his intelligence, calculation, and ability to exploit his opponent's weaknesses. If the Spectre were to force Thanos out of the Infinity Gauntlet universe, the situation would change dramatically. Without the power of the stones, Thanos would have to rely on his own personal strength. While he would still be a formidable entity, he would be at a significant disadvantage against an unbound Spectre who could manipulate the laws of reality. Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet has reached a level of godhood, surpassing the limits of any being in the universe. The 6 Infinity Stones grant him absolute control over the core aspects of reality, including space, time, soul, mind, power, and reality itself. Under the influence of the Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos is no longer a mere individual, but an absolute force. He can manipulate the flow of time at will, erasing or creating new realities with a snap of his fingers. No one can challenge him while still within the confines of the universe that the Gauntlet controls. With this ability, he easily overcomes other powerful entities, including the Celestials, Galactus, or the Living Tribunal, causing the universe itself to tremble before his domination. The power of the Infinity Gauntlet still has one major weakness. It only works within its original universe. If Thanos is pushed outside this range, his power will be significantly reduced. This is what makes the fight with Spectre so unpredictable. Spectre is not limited by any creation and can manipulate reality from a level far beyond the universe that Thanos controls. With each Infinity Stone, Thanos can easily manipulate memories, reshape space, and transmute matter at will. Spectre is not only a powerful entity, but also the ultimate judgment, carrying the will of God to execute justice. He can traverse space, time, and even manipulate the laws of nature without any physical constraints. The Spectre has defeated enemies with godlike powers, nullified magic, and can even destroy an entire multiverse if necessary. However, it is the control of the presence that maintains the Spectre's essence, preventing him from becoming an uncontrollable threat. Subscribe to the channel, it will help us a lot, and moreover, you will see great videos every day. You are the best. Thank you very much. Spectre is the embodiment of divine judgment. He can manipulate space and time at will. Even the most powerful entities find it difficult to resist. Spectre can turn a galaxy into nothingness or recreate it in the blink of an eye. In great confrontations, Spectre has proven his superiority by defeating the anti-Monitoran entity that has swallowed countless universes, or Parallax, the source of fear and darkness, who is capable of controlling even the most powerful Green Lantern. Not stopping there, he also makes the Demon Lords of Hell wary, despite the fact that they are in their own domain, where their power is at its peak. The Spectre is not bound by the laws of heaven or hell, acting as an absolute measure of justice, and despite his near-infinite power, the Spectre is still controlled by the Presence DC's supreme being. This prevents him from abusing his powers, making the Spectre a weapon of justice rather than a mindless destroyer. Despite possessing powers far beyond those of most beings in the DC universe, the Spectre is not a completely free being. He always needs a human soul to act as a host, and this inadvertently becomes the Spectre's greatest weakness. Jim Corrigan, the soul that is bound to the Spectre, carries complex human emotions, anger, fear, doubt that can undermine the Spectre's pure judgment. This sometimes prevents the Spectre from using his full power. Jim Corrigan's mental instability has hindered the Spectre in important battles. When faced with entities such as the Anti-Monitor or Parallax, Corrigan's wavering beliefs and will can temporarily weaken the Spectre, allowing his opponents to exploit this weakness. Not only that, Corrigan, as a human, sometimes carries personal biases that can affect the Spectre's judgment. If the host's soul is not strong or steadfast enough, the Spectre can lose its stability, even becoming easily manipulated. Even though he is limited by his host's soul, the Spectre is still one of the most formidable forces in the universe. Only when the host he is attached to is steadfast enough can the Spectre unleash his full destructive power. This makes him a great and contradictory entity. Thanos and Spectre are both entities of terrifying power, but the way they demonstrate their power is completely different. Thanos not only possesses superhuman abilities, but also has clear achievements, directly confronting and defeating great cosmic entities. He once overwhelmed Odin, defeated the Silver Surfer with a single blow, and even defeated Galactus, the devourer of planets. The pinnacle of his feats was when he used the Infinity Gauntlet to wipe out half of all life in the universe with a snap of his fingers. Spectre, although described as an entity of near-limitless power, rarely displays his full potential in actual combat. Although he has defeated the Anti-Monitor and Parallax, most of Spectre's confrontations are judgmental rather than direct combat. In addition, due to being bound to human souls, Spectre's power is not always stable. Thanos has no such limits. He fights with all his might in every situation, unaffected by any external factors. This makes him a perfect warrior, never faltering, unaffected by weak emotions. Although the Spectre is considered one of the most powerful beings in the DC universe, in reality, he has never had the Presence, the Supreme Being, intervene to enhance his power in battle. This sets an important limit when compared to Thanos, who always exploits his power to the fullest without any restraint. Thanos not only possesses superior physical strength, but is also a genius strategist. He is always looking for ways to upgrade himself, from possessing the Infinity Gauntlet to collecting powerful artifacts such as the Heart of the Universe or the Cosmic Cube. He understands how to use them to optimize his power, turning himself into an entity that is almost impossible to defeat. Furthermore, unlike the Spectre, Thanos is not bound by any higher will. He acts according to his own goals, without any control from a supreme force, which allows him to freely maximize his power in any situation. The Spectre, though described as having near unlimited power, has never demonstrated that power in a truly climactic battle. He has always been limited by his host, and in the case of Jim Corrigan, his mental fluctuations can significantly weaken his abilities. This makes the confrontation with Thanos a disadvantage. A being without limits, always fighting at his full power against an entity bound by rules and humanity, Thanos steps onto the battlefield with absolute confidence. There is no hesitation. No hesitation is the embodiment of pure ruthlessness and power. The Spectre, though godlike in power, is still bound by the soul of his host, and the difference in power is clear. The Spectre, though capable of warping reality and manipulating space and time, cannot unleash his full potential without permission from the Presence. This creates a deadly gap of fleeting moment, but enough for Thanos to exploit. With each step, he closes the gap, giving Spectre no chance to counterattack. Thanos does not fight with judgment or justice, he does not care about right or wrong, he has only one goal: victory. With the Infinity Gauntlet in hand, he manipulates reality to his will, breaking all bonds, stripping Spectre of her power before she can retaliate. A crushing blow lands, and Spectre is helpless. Though he possesses the power of divine wrath, he is overcome by a being of iron will and unrivaled power. In the final moment, Spectre fades, her power completely drained. Thanos stands there, undefeatable as a true god. The battle is over and victory belongs to Thanos. What do you think, and who won? I hope you enjoyed this fight. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Please follow me if you like. That's today's video. Thank you so much.